AITA for telling my brother's fiancée that my only obligation towards her is to treat her with respect. Mike, 26F, brother James, 27M, recently got engaged to his fiancée Laura, 32F. My brother and I have always been super close. Throughout the years he had many girlfriends and I generally made it a point to get along with them. I like the vast majority of them, so that task wasn't that hard. I had good and close relationships with most of them while they were still dating James, and remain in close contact with two even after their breakup, with James' permission, of course. One being his high school GF Diane, 26F, and the second one being his baby mom Sophie, 29F. When James started dating Laura 2 years ago, I also tried to get close to her, but I just couldn't bring myself to befriend her. Laura and I are completely different people and have little to nothing in common. She isn't a bad person by any means, but just not someone I would want to hang out with or talk to on a day-to-day basis. At the end of the day, she made James happy, and was a decent stepmom to my nephew Rio, for M, so me liking her as a person wasn't really important. I also had little to no interactions with her, since whenever I visited James at their apartment she would claim she was too busy to hang out with us, so I would mostly only see her during family reunions/holidays. After they got engaged, Laura asked me to be her bridesmaid. I refused since I already had a part in the wedding as the groom's sister, was happy with my current position, and didn't feel like spending thousands to go on a bachelorette trip where I didn't know anyone. Last month, James' ex Diane also got engaged and asked me to be her maid of honor. I agreed since Diane has been a close friend of mine for years and I was honored that she wanted me to have such an important role in her wedding. When Laura heard about this, she called me saying that I was really immature for rejecting her request to be a bridesmaid but agreeing to be Diane's maid of honor. I told her that Diane was my childhood friend, so it was different. Laura then began to interrogating me and asked if Diane and James were the ones getting married, would I also refuse her request and be content with only being the groom's sister in the wedding party. I told her that that situation was irrelevant since it'll never happen. Laura continued to bombard me with questions before I finally told her that as her future SAL my only obligation towards her is to treat her with respect, and I'm already doing that. So I don't understand what more can she want from me. After hearing that, Laura ended the call and blocked my number. Her friends are now harassing me and telling me how awful I am for saying that to Laura. I'm genuinely confused since I don't think I've said anything remotely awful or offensive, but I might be missing something. AITA.